Welcome back to AKA Comaverse, where we're gonna be reacting to What If Lee Never. Oh, this video is gonna be amazing. This video has Walking Dead Season 1 spoilers. Of course, we already finished out a while ago. Now, yesterday, we just reacted to Bonnie being the most dislikable character, or why she was the worst character. I agree to everything there. But this time we have a video from Game Over End. So hopefully you can do as good as my boy Lenny, because that video was unbeatable.
Welcome to Game Over ENT, and
What's
this
good?
week on The Walking Dead Wednesday, giving you probably my most requested Walking Dead topic: what if Lee Everett was never bitten?
Now, Lee Everett did get bitten because he was trying to save Clementine, right? I have a feeling Game Over ENT is going to speak on that a little bit later. But the boat scene really got us into that situation. Can we blame all of this on Ben, the cancer patients, or Clementine? I'm just putting it out there right now. Those three have a little bit to do with this. They all pushed us into that situation right there.
Okay, so I'll be making this up as I go. I see this possible circumstance having a lot of different scenarios out there, so bear with me. There'll be some other options out there for Lee and his path to go if this ever happened. Now let's take it back to Season 1, Episode 4, when Lee's actually searching in the back for Clementine, looking for her, and finds the walkie-talkie. And he gets bitten by the Usain Bolt of walkers. Yes, this is the fastest walker I have ever.
That boy was fast though, you gotta admit it. He popped out that cardboard garbage can like instantly. I don't know what he was smoking on, but he was doing that good in alcohol.
And he gets bitten by the Usain Bolt of walkers.
Wait a minute. Did I just uncover something? Wait a minute. Did I just uncover a flaw?
And finds the walkie-talkie.
Look at the shadow, right? Look at his hand, it's completely empty. Now, if it was a true shadow, it would have the radio in it too. I just uncovered something nobody has ever seen before. Oh my goodness.
By the Usain Bolt of walkers. Yes, this is the fastest walker I have ever seen right here. But let's say Lee actually defended himself and was able to kill the walker before actually being bitten by it. How would this have changed the story? Now here I'm about to set some things into motion that you will see later on panning out in this theory. So I'm gonna take Ben with me, and I'm gonna leave Kenny and Krista behind.
I swear, before this is all over, I'm gonna show you I can do something right. I'll prove it to you. You'll see.
Guess it's just you and me.
Damn.
Okay, because like if you show Krista the bite, if there was a bite, she would come with you no matter what. But if there is no bite, then her decision is purely based on whether she likes you or not. Same thing with Kenny. And if you still have Ben with you, then
I feel like Kenny would have came with me no matter what. That's the bro. He saved my life when he didn't really have to from that racist big white army dude, which I don't like. I'll slap the hell out of his doofy.
Tell him to come with me and leave the other two behind for a very specific reason. Okay, so moving forward at the end of episode 4, when we go to Vernon's hideout and we see that he's not there, and we get revealed that it's not Vernon, actually the one who kidnapped Clementine. Going into episode 5 with this, now with Lee not being bitten, he doesn't pass out. Ben and Lee are completely focused on finding Clementine and where she is, trying to find any clues, trying to get out of the hospital. So that means there's less time being wasted on trying to get Lee off the ground, him being dazed out and sawing off his arm. Just more focus on trying to get up out of here. Now, when they actually do get up out of there, since they do get out there probably a little quicker, since time is not an essence, they probably will go back to the house. And when they do go back to the house, what will they find? They will find Kenny and Krista combating with Vernon and the rest of the cancer survivor group while they're trying to steal the boat. Since Lee's able to get back sooner, he's probably able to get to that situation and maybe be able to put a stop to it, since he's being involved now. Now on the
Kenny and Krista against some gold adults. I feel like I put my money on Kenny and Krista. I didn't even think about that. Ben being left alone to watch the boat was the worst idea we could have ever made, right? Especially leaving him with the keys there too. So, wow. This guy's bringing something big and holy.
Flip side of this, if you actually did take the whole group with you, there is no way that Vernon probably won't be able to go in there and get the boat before you actually get back. So if you took everybody with you, you lost the boat. But if you come back with Lee, you're able to help them defend the boat and maybe actually even beat Vernon and the group. So this is one of the reasons why I took Ben with me, in order to make sure he doesn't actually help the cancer survivor group. You know, the boy has good intentions, but he has poor execution, and he is known for making mistakes. So I took Ben with me. to keep him safe and to keep the boat safe. All right. And so we made it back in time in order to save the boat. Now it'd be a decision what you want to do with them. Like if you want to kill the group for trying to steal the boat and making sure they don't come back to stop you again, so you guys can move forward and try to find Clementine, that'll be completely up to you. With the alternative being probably keeping them tied up until you can figure out what to really do with them. So that's
another option is, honestly, I know this, like, hindsight is 2020, right? Everyone always says that. But on some real stuff, after this guy Vernon said he wanted to take Clementine from me, if I just shot him in his head right there, or maybe take him around back, you know, say I'm gonna drop him off at the tunnels, shoot him there, his cancer patient friends might try to come for us, but at that point, it's gonna be a 5-on-5 fair ones, you know? They're not trying to steal our boat. They don't know about our boat. All they know is their boy needs some support, so they're gonna come try to get aggressive with us, and then we're gonna clap them. Maybe people will look at Lee a little bit different, but at that point, we would have been a lot safer.
The option for choices. Now we're back in the house. Now the walker attack still hits the house, so that's still going to happen. And if you chose not to kill off the cancer survivor group, they'll probably be killed right here. Anything around this house that's not in the attic is pretty much done for. So there you go, another Telltale choice that doesn't make any difference.
Literally.
So moving on, the group is still being pushed back by the herd of walkers, and now they are trapped in the attic. And the group will have to remain in the attic until they get Clementine's phone call, revealing where they need to go next, the Marsh house.
I think we need to have an adult conversation about what happens if Lee takes another spill.
Hey, look.
Now, originally, Lee and Kenny got into some huge argument that led to them actually finding out that their wall was weak and it was corroded to the point where they can actually break through it, but that was done by accident. But now with Lee not bidding,
This is getting out of hand.
You're gonna listen to me. We will get Clementine back, with or without you, because I haven't given up everything to die because we were stupid.
You're not touching me. Do you understand that? You know exactly what to do if I turn, and that's enough.
So no bite, no argument, no easy way out the attic. Now I'm not too sure how Lee and his group would have dealt with the situation if they never busted through the wall. Maybe they could have waited till the walkers kind of lost interest. And
do the walkers ever kind of lose interest? There was a walker under a cardboard box. There are definitely going to be lingers. I know he's trying to say maybe a majority of them are going to go somewhere else. But in my idea, I don't know if you can see this, but behind them there's a window right there, right? I'm doubting they're going to be able to jump out the window, but they're definitely going to be able to break that right there. That will bring a lot of attention to them, just making all that glass break, number one. Number two, they have a lot of stuff in them they can make noise with, bruh. If they can throw it far enough, they might be able to get a few of the zombies out, or walkers out there, and then try to combat the ones who are left inside. I don't know. Just a theory. A fan theory.
And then moved on from the house. Or maybe Lee just got so frustrated, so mad about the fact that he's trapped in here and he can't save Clementine, that he eventually picks up the statue and throws it at the wall. Either way though, whatever way they choose to get out of the attic will probably end up costing the group more time than the original storyline.
It's correct.
Whoa! I think I hear what I'm saying right now, you know? I'm sorry for pausing so much, but I think he's saying we saved a lot of time because he wasn't bitten, so we didn't have to cut his arm off. We didn't have to do all that thinking with Ben, Krista, all of that stuff. But now that we aren't going to be fighting with Kenny, it's going to take a lot longer for us to find the hole in the wall, potentially, right? So all that time we saved earlier, negligible. It really did nothing for us.
Roaded to hell.
Let's say we do choose to travel by the rooftops, so that means Ben still falls down there, Kenny still gets lost in the walker herd, or if you don't have Ben with you, then Kenny still goes after Krista down there in that dark room, and he still gets lost in there. So Kenny is out of the equation, Ben is out of the equation at this point.
Back, you sons of bitches!
Now the walkers are still around the Marsh house. They're still really heavily gathered around there. Now Lee, his whole thing about going down there and actually trying to, you know, fight the walkers from that point on is because he thought he was dead already. But in this situation, see, since he is not bitten, there's no way he can survive that. I mean, this guy is a badass. and their group is a pretty capable group, but they are not a Rick.
What? I didn't see that at
badass,
all. What
and
the
their
hell is
group
this?
is a pretty capable group, but they are not
Why?
a Rick capable group. They're not about to go through there and kill all the walkers like Rick and the gang did in the prison. Even the governor was like, no way you cleared the prison. No one can do that. And Rick proved them otherwise. So they're badass, but they're not that badass. So they would have to do some other alternative to get into that Marsh house. And the only thing the characters really have in mind right now, because they don't know that the walker's blood and guts and stuff can hide you among the walkers. They don't know about that. That was by luck that they found that information out.
Different.
So the only other thing I see that they know of that they can do is probably using the technique that Molly did, was to ring the bells. So the group actually will have to use that technique again to draw the walkers away. But what does that do? That does take more time. Now we're still at the macabre sign right here, and we get a different situation where Lee is split up from Omid and Krista. Maybe Lee would stay behind, leaving Krista and Omid to go off and find the bell and then ring it, and then Lee using the opportunity when the walkers are away to go down and then enter the Marsh house. But since more time has passed, probably the stranger is ready to leave as well. So I see if Lee and the stranger actually do get into a fight in this situation, it probably would take place in the hallways or by the car, right when the stranger's probably trying to take Clementine away from this and kidnap.
The craziest thing is the whole appeal to this right here is that Lee didn't get bitten, right? So he had a lot more time. He had a lot more thinking power. But Lee not getting bitten brought so many more problems because he had to be more thoughtful. He had to be more realistic. Right now, Lee's only thought is, I need to go save the little girl before I die, right? When he's still alive, it's, I need to go save the little girl, but I also have to keep myself in like a good standing and good position so that when I save her, I can keep her alive for months, years, decades, you know? Bro, this brings up way more problems than him getting bitten. That's wild.
By the car, right when the stranger's probably trying to take Clementine away from this and kidnap her out of the area. Because I think the only thing the stranger was really waiting for was a good opportunity for her to thin out for after a while. Because he's probably caught off guard by the incoming walkers from the train situation. I don't think the stranger was specifically waiting for
train situation. What train situation? I truly do not remember a train situation, bro. It might just be like, Tool, let me know if you remember the train situation down in the comments. I don't remember it. But is that why all the zombies were here? Because we were driving a train, we blew it up or something. So what the hell happened?
Lee to arrive. He just had a contingency plan set up if Lee actually did find their location, seeing that Clementine did drop that hint. If the stranger really wanted Lee to find him, he probably would just told him straight up that he was at the March house, come and get me if you dare, or something along those lines. But since he didn't drop any kind of hints, he didn't want that altercation to go down, so he was still trying to get the hell out of there. And so Lee probably would have gotten into a fight with him around that area. The stranger not having any traps set up for Lee and possibly being caught off guard here, and Lee not being bitten and having both of his arms in full health, no contest. Lee wins.
Good.
Saving Clem.
Lee doesn't have a gun though. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Unless he's sneak attacking, the stranger has a chance. Don't say no contest. There's still a chance for the stranger.
Both of his arms in full health. No contest.
This is a guy who keeps his wife's head in a bag. Do you not think that gives you a little bit of an ability boost? Come on, brother. Let's be serious.
Contest. Lee wins.
Good.
Saving Clementine right here, and then following back up with Omid and Krista, double backing to the boat, maybe if you still have it, and then finding Kenny if you lost him in the brush, because Lee, he was a good friend of Kenny, and he probably would want confirmation that his friend is actually dead, because he actually doesn't see it happen, and Kenny does survive. So if they do double back to the boat, they'll follow back where they came from, and now that the herd is more thinner out, they'll have a better chance to search for Kenny, and then they'll find him right there, and then they can head back to the boat. And the group proceeds to sail away into the sunset.
Damn.
Whoa.
That was
I
beautiful,
know,
man.
right?
Alright, so that's the happy ending right there.
Except for Ben. Yeah, we don't really care about him though.
Now, in a little bit more darker twist to this, because this is The Walking Dead, you can't have everybody just live happily ever after. Lee successfully saving Clementine. It really depends on how much time Lee takes before he actually arrives at the Marsh house. With other obstacles in the A that were easily passable in the original playthrough, getting out of the attic, getting through the horde, getting to the Marsh house door. Those things would be harder to do if Lee's not bitten, because those situations that made it so easy would have never happened.
I'm okay. I'm where my parents. No.
What did that mean?
She's at the hotel where her parents were staying. He hasn't moved her.
Yet.
Yeah,
Damn.
yet.
So in this instance right here, if they take too much time, they could come to the Marsh house and find that the stranger and Clementine are no longer there, that they have already left. Lee storming in, finding an empty room, and probably finding something that's been left behind, perhaps Clementine's hair ribbon he used after he cut her hair, which serves as a reminder of how Lee failed to rescue Clementine from the stranger.
Man, if he just never took a nap, this would have never happened. Just think about that.
With Lee's only chance of ever finding Clementine again, the walkie-talkie still being in his possession, he stares at it constantly every day, waiting to hear Clementine's voice once again.
She's off in like Vegas doing good in life too. That's not
So
that
guys,
sad, but
let me
there's
know
something
your
there.
thoughts about this, man. Do you
Brother, I will be 100% honest with you. You outdid yourself with that one right there, man. I didn't know this was going to be an actual theory. I thought the Walking Dead theory, I was like, oh, yeah, what's this going to be? He really just, like, brought a whole new light to something. I think I explained my thoughts going through this video pretty well whilst the video was playing, right? But this would have been a great way to take the story, you know? Obviously, the way they did it was a lot better, but this right here, it made you warm inside. You gotta admit it. If y'all didn't enjoy that, let me know which video you want to see me react to next. I'll see you in the next one, bro. Do say.